wants to ride a horse? You must first learn how to saddle and bridle a horse. Hi, my name is Kelsey Hubert and I own Oak Ridge Riding Club and have been teaching for 20 years. Ollie here is going to help me demonstrate the proper way to tack up a horse. Do you know the proper steps to tack up a horse? Stay tuned and we'll get a step-by-step demonstration. As always, safety first. So you want to approach your horse in a calm, slow manner. I believe everyone should experience the joy of horseback riding. First, we're going to secure him in the cross ties. Then we're going to do our grooming. We want to make sure that there's no dirt or debris where the saddle is going to go or the saddle pad. So we're going to do this on both sides. Next, we're going to take our saddle pad and put it on our horse. You want to do everything from the left side of your horse. This goes up towards the neck, covering the wither bone. Do you know the difference between an English and a Western saddle? A Western saddle is something that you would have seen in old Western movies like Bonanza or a John Wayne movie that has a horn on it. My favorite John Wayne quote is, "Courage is being scared to death, but saddling up anyway." An English saddle is a lighter, more close contact feel. It's usually what people use for jumping. And do you know a famous person that rode English? Ronald Reagan. He used to love riding and jumping. He once quoted Winston Churchill, "I often said, there's no better place for the inside of a man than on top of a horse." And that comes from the Socrates method. Now that you know the difference between an English and a Western saddle, we're going to go over tacking up. So first, I went to the other side and put down our cinch. The cinch is like a belt that holds your saddle on the horse. We take this long Latigo strap, we go through the D, up, down through the rigging of the saddle, round and round a couple times, and then we're going to buckle it securely. From here, we're going to bridle our horse. Remember, when you are tightening the saddle, a horse knows what you're doing and they're pushing their belly out, and that's called bloating. So I always say tighten it 3 times. This is our first time. We'll do one more time before we walk out of the cross ties and a third time before we mount. Always check your equipment. Make sure nothing is broken or cracked. Otherwise, that could be a very dangerous situation, as quoted in the Flaxen Filly, How to Tack Up Your Horse, Western, A Beginner's Guide. Now we're going to bridle the horse. So we're going to take the cross ties off from either side. I always like to put the halter around the neck so the horse doesn't want to wander away. Ollie's a good boy though. Reins over the head. You want to do everything from standing on the left side of your horse, like I said earlier. Hold the bridle in your right hand and put the bit against the mouth. Your left finger goes in the corner of the mouth to trigger the horse to open. If you look right here, there are no teeth where the bit sits. And this is according to How to Put a Bridle on a Horse by Jeffrey Abel. Do you feel like you have a better understanding of how to saddle and bridle a horse? Who is ready to climb on? First, you must put on your helmet, tighten your saddle for your second time before we walk to the mounting block, and a third final time before you put your foot in the stirrup and climb on. Thank you for joining me today, and I hope you enjoyed my video and learned something new. And remember, when it comes to horseback riding, practice makes perfect.